Today is December 1st, 2025. Well, I did a video this morning of from the time I called the hotline to that agent telling on me to admitting on a recorded line. He had everybody in his office, and then how he had met with all those church people. He made fun of me for some guy named Pete. I still don't know who he is. And then some doctor that's not mine works for them and they had lied, never even heard of. And it's all a big scam. Makes me beg for my life and lists me informant with money and immunity, and then threatens me. People showed up today and they're like, "None, this is funny. We all found out Agent John doesn't even have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet." Where did you think he did? Others and lows today. Do you realize how sick it is of that family to even say anything about her when her father killed that kid and she had nothing to do with it? I know. It's pure evil. Then I was in Walmart 62. Some guy was off in the distance that Michelle had showed up and told him that the doctor from before was never one of mine, works for them, and they had lied, and what these people are doing. Now, there is very strict HIPAA violations. Doctors can never talk about you without your consent. It's a 10-year federal sentence. Where did you think, just because they said it was a doctor, where did you think that it made it legal? April 16th, 23, after Jen's mom's memorial service, Danny walked up to Gabe and Shay, my grandson and his girlfriend at the time, and they're across the parking lot and they're talking. I finally went to Dad, asked him what on earth is going on. He said he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. It was Pete and his men in her home before. Pete has a frame. Pete has a tape, the filthy, dirty statement. Some guy he hired on his own. I've never met him. Never met him. Don't even know who he is. The investigators refer to him as drug cartel, a drug dealer, and a serial rapist. Okay? That guy in Walmart made a mention after he was in my office saying all that stuff. Is he the one impersonating a doctor? Is he? I bet it's just some guy. They said they had fake paperwork to make it look official. It's not true about her. Some guy wrote it up, didn't like her. January 19th, before the big fire, after the gunshot night of Christmas Eve of 2018, where they killed 2 people. They talked about it outside the house, and I had to hide not to get killed. So that's where other investigators had said about him being in their offices and complaining and saying all kinds of crap about me, and then they found out he's never even met me. It's just some guy Dave hired. Hired him on his own to pull a scam. I don't even know who he is. I've never even met this Bill from the Freemasons or talked to him, or this guy Will or Bill or what are you, Willie Bill. I've never met them. People talked about him around me, but I've never spoke to him. Never had him in my home. Start realizing it. Like they said, it's a big scam. You know, some idiot girls today. How Agent John is part of the people that make fun of me. And when I do the videos, they sit and laugh. Do you know people that find it funny to drug, beat, and rape somebody, human traffic them, rape and torture them, steal from people they're scamming and victimizing and harming, and they're human trafficking, and they're selling other people. They have a sadistic personality, a Satanistic. They're pure evil. They find enjoyment in harming people. They're pure evil. They're psychopaths. Psychopaths. You know, some lady said in Walmart back by the dairy, nobody's to say a word. They said that mind reader said every time somebody says something bad to her about what they've drugged her and told her to say, it makes her vomit. I know. It's disgusting. Disgusting. You know, these people are so pathetic. They make fun of my coat. They make fun of my hair. They make fun of my clothes, my weight. Oh, there is one thing. Officer John and Officer Mark, people have been talking about at my last place. Now, we all know that Carl's son Rick was breaking. He was getting out of our apartment while we were gone. People have talked about some guy getting in and poisoning my food. Every time after we were there over a month, now Carl and I drink a lot of coffee. We would normally have a cup of coffee before I go to work at night. And he went to make me a coffee one time and I took a sip and I said, it's so bad I can't even stand it, dump it out. Well, got a new one and opened it up. First cup was fine. The second one, another day, I went to drink like an ounce of it. My whole stomach was cramping. And it happened a lot. People were talking about some guy getting in there and trying to poison me, trying to make this end by killing me. I don't know if they're playing with me, but there was something wrong with that creamer. And we figure that cat that died of liver disease, where little Rob said it was fine, the one Desi found and was let live in the barn, within 2 days it was dying of liver disease after Rick said he was going to call the Humane Society and say that Carl was beating it. Carl wasn't even down there. He was down there a week before that with my son Danny. They went and got a hope chest that was his grandmother's to give to his daughter Audrey. And I have never been down there. Took pictures of Desi's horse, and it was perfect. And when after Rick called, the Humane Society had a big hole in the side of his face and a scratch, and the cat was dying. Where little Rob said they were fine 2 days before that, when he was helping her feed him. Yeah. But Hugh Bragg got Marv. He's never been invited in our home. And he bragged he removed paperwork and notes that were personal between me and Carl, and they are missing. He may have stole some of the medical fraud. The law is, even if you, as an individual, steal somebody's medical records, try to use them against them, it's a 10-year federal sentence. HIPAA is strict for everyone. Your medical records are confidential. And it is what was wrong with me before was fraud, was medical malpractice, medication errors. And those doctors almost killed me with the wrong meds. You know, investigators have wondered if Dave didn't pay them to do that with everything that's going on. Because, like they said, there's no way they didn't know they weren't killing me with everything swelling up and me having seizures and heart attacks. And it took another doctor to tell on them and another one to verify it. Was the medicine doing it to me? And it took me 9 months to get well. But you should have the recordings of the mobile home for the FBI case. See if there was someone getting in and poisoned me the last few months. We were down there. Then you got Rick, dead to rights, breaking and entering. You know, today, Carl, when we were dating them when we first got married, he said he always wanted a china cabinet that his late wife, she was Queen Bee. She was a horrible monster. He had Angel set in this china cupboard and that he loved it. Right before she died, she had it shipped down to her daughter. But he told her, I love that cabinet. She didn't care about him. Broke his heart. Well, when we went and looked for living room furniture, there was one just like it. Well, I was thinking about for Christmas to get it for him. Well, where we had ordered bedroom furniture for a mobile home for a spare room, they finally went to deliver it when we went to hurry up and move out when Sheriff Cox told us to get out of there, take your husband and run and hide him. Don't let his family ever know where he lives again. For them, they're the ones that have took his money and are threatening and harassing him. And then with Rick, that's his stepchildren were doing that. And then Rick threatening his life, trying to steal his land and bragging he's doing all these crimes. But